What's up, guys? So today, oops, holy cow. Uh-oh. Did I just knock this A2485 2485 laptop over? Damn. Hopefully it's working. Let me see. Oh no. Oh wow, nice, man. Hey guys, look at this. This is crazy. So I just broke the 2021 MacBook Pro A2485, which I was supposed to do the review, and it looks like I just bust the screen. Anyhow, well, unlucky, but let's go and keep doing the review. Well, I cried a little bit, but anyhow, so today I would like to do a little review, and actually I think it's probably for better, it's gonna be a much better video now, since I can actually take this laptop completely apart and kind of look at all internals. Maybe even try to rip the LCD apart and to see what's going on inside, because I was really expecting to do just a basic review just to give some idea on the specs, and as usual remove the bottom side and just kind of review the externals. But now I'm gonna take it apart completely. So before I drop this dude here, this laptop, it was a 2021 A2485. This particular version, it comes with Apple only offered apparently two different styles of colors. It's either space gray or silver. So the machine comes either with M1 Pro or M1 Max, which Apple now using their own chips for a few years now. And there are a few different variations as well, but I'm not really gonna go any deeper into that. The storage, you can get it up to anywhere from 512 gig all the way to 8 terabytes of storage. For the memory RAM, it's anywhere from 16 up to 64, and actually based on the most recent 13th generation Intel processor, you actually, I think you can do up to 64 gigs as well. At 4.7 pounds, which is about 2.1 kilograms, this guy here delivers quite a bit of force. Laptop has a 100-watt lithium polymer battery, which can last you up to 21 hours, which is really impressive. 16-inch display with a liquid retina XDR features. Now it's obviously damaged, and we're gonna see what we can do to replace it. So anyhow, so let's take this guy apart, see what's cooking inside. Let's go, keep it up. Nothing new I noticed about the keyboard or touchpad. However, let me tell you, if you spill anything on a keyboard, it's almost impossible to clean it out, and you would have to replace it. Everything is so delicate. So on the side we have two USB port, Type-C ports, and audio port. On another side is a full HDMI Type-C and SD card reader. On the rear side of the laptop, there's a pretty large exhaust to release the heat. And now I will be removing the bottom case of the laptop just to take it apart and to see what we can upgrade, what can be replaced and whatnot, and overall to see what's going on. So once you remove all the screws, you're gonna be lifting the front part of the bottom case and then slide it towards yourself delicately, like so, and it pops out very, very easy. It doesn't have any really clips, so it's just a matter of sliding it out very delicately. Now we can see completely what's going on here, and to be honest with you, Now I understand why Apple charges so much money for those laptops. I mean, there is a 25 billion screws, and if you want to replace the logic board, it's just gonna take some time. I think this is probably the longest video so far I've recorded on how to take the laptop apart, but stay along or fast forward it because I will be actually ripping apart the LCD screen at the end so we can see what's going on inside. But as always, I'm starting here by removing and disconnecting the battery. It's actually pretty interesting connection here. So once you unplug the first ribbon, under it there is another smaller ribbon which I will be disconnecting, and then there is one screw which actually connects the power board to the battery, which supplies the the power. Here it is. Very, very weird connection. I don't know. Don't really have anything to compare it with. Now I will be removing the all the other ribbons which are connecting touchpad, the backlight, etc. So here's one, here's another one, and remember, all the ribbons, the actual clip is located on the opposite side from the actual connector. So be very, very delicate once you pulling it up, because it's it's very, very easy to break them. The best part of the internals that I notice is pretty much all external ports, they are separate. So if in case any of them break, like Type C or the MagSafe DC jack or the audio port, you actually have the opportunity to just simply replace those jacks and don't have to worry about the logic board, because majority of other brands such as Dell, Lenovo, HP, Asus, especially all the gaming laptops, they tend to install all the ports directly on the motherboard. So if they fail or get damaged, you basically stuck with a very expensive repair. So I think this is the best part of the laptop. Again, I'm probably gonna repeat myself multiple times, but I honestly never seen such delicate work, and I mean, the quality is pretty amazing. Everything is really reinforced, double protected with all the cables basically, and overall I would give them A+ in terms of quality of their materials. But there's so many screws again. It would take a century just to pull all of them out. So now I'm actually those two ribbons here are for LCD screen. So if you need to replace the LCD assembly first, you would be needing to disconnect those two. Actually, there's three ribbons under this plate here. You would be able to see two more, which you would need to disconnect from the motherboard. Yep. Now I'm will be, so look, even on the Wi-Fi cable antennas, they applying reinforcement and extra screws just to make sure they are protected very well. Now I'm will be disconnecting the cooling fans. And as you can see, you have to be very careful with the ribbons, because once you actually disconnect the ribbon from the connector, the actual ribbon is glued to the motherboard. So you don't want to pull it too hard. Just go very, very easy. And otherwise you can rip it, and then it's going to be a problem. Another thing is, I noticed that be prepared when you're going to be disassembling the laptop and have multiple different calibers, because pretty much majority of the screws, they are different. I think they're at least like 4 or 5 different calibers of sizes of screws that I've noticed. So now I'm actually pulling the screws from the logic board, and I will be removing the logic board, and I'm actually very curious to see, just to remove the heatsink and look at the processor, just to see how it differs from the Intel, because this is a M1 Pro version. So again, be very, very gentle. Don't force anything, and just start with one corner and slowly try to remove the logic board. And here it is. We successfully pulled the logic board out, and I just kind of will zoom it in real quick here, just to give you an idea how it looks from the both sides. Very, very interesting, cool technology. So there is 4 screws which are holding the heatsink on it. I'm gonna quickly remove them so we can really see what's going on. It's, to be honest with you, it's my first experience with this particular laptop and taking it apart. And here it is. And I'm kind of disappointed, because it's really everything is, I guess, the actual processor is hidden under this metal plating, which I don't think that would be a good idea to remove. So I don't really see much of the actual processor and how it looks compared to Intel or AMD chips. So now, as you can see here, we have 2 cooling fans to remove. And another thing, while I'm removing the cooling fans, I want to mention about the battery. Very, very difficult to replace the battery on the laptops, because they actually glue them down. And you have to be, I mean, if you don't have experience, I would definitely not recommend you to even mess with it. And if you have an option to replace the battery along with a Palmrest, that would be the best idea, because if you're gonna poke the battery, there's a big chance that you can catch it on fire, or it will be a lot of smoke all over the place. So it will be a lot of hazardous and dangerous conditions which will hurt you. So you have to be super careful on that matter, and think twice if you want to really take such a risk. So now I already pulled one fan out, and there is one more to go. And as you can see, there is additionally to the ribbon, there is also the sensors are, and you need to be very, very careful, because they are glued as well. So here is the second fan. Now I'm gonna be jumping on removal of the MagSafe DC jack, the Type-C. And actually here, a little hint here, for the MagSafe, there's 2 screws to remove it, but I actually was trying to pull it from every different direction, and it wasn't going. So first I thought it maybe it's glued down, and I actually jumped on the Type-C ports. Here they are. So again, if for any reason you accidentally damage any of those ports, it's actually very easy to repair, and it's not going to cost you that much, because it's you know, you can find them all over the place in order just a spare part, and it really has nothing to do with the motherboard, even as you can see the audio port here. But again, I'm gonna come back now to the MagSafe. What I was see, I'm trying to push on it, it's not going, and then I noticed from the top there's two more very tiny hidden screws, which you need to actually now I'm trying to find the proper bit to pull them out, and here it is. So those screws are hidden. Actually, I didn't really pay attention at the first place, but once you're gonna remove those two, the connector will come out very, very easy. So here it is. Voila. So yeah, that's probably the biggest, the fattest plus I will put to newer version MacBooks, because of you have that option. Because, you know, based on our daily experience, we see laptops with the damaged ports, and most of them they actually located on the motherboard, and again, most of the time it's not even worth of dealing with this. So now I'm actually jumping to the power button. The power button is very important as well. So if you are replacing your logic board, you have to, and let's say you buying it directly from the Apple, which I never really had experience buying it directly. I'm always using eBay or Amazon to purchase the spare parts. And what I've noticed is that, and it's for a fact, that the new logic board, if you're buying a new logic board, you have to purchase with a power button, because if you want to have a feature like a Touch ID to be fully functional, the actual power button has to come directly and exactly with the same laptop. You most likely you can use the other power button and it will work. It will turn the laptop on, but your Touch ID feature will not function. So be very careful. And another thing I noticed that there's a metal plating here with the two screws. They're so delicate. In order to remove them, actually, I think it's better not to. So I just unbent one side, one pin, and was able to actually remove the power button without any issues. So here it is. So if you're looking to replace the logic board again, always check to make sure that the power button is included. And now I'm gonna be jumping to here to the antenna. That's the exhaust, and also it is the antenna for the laptop. Again, there's 25 billion screws as usual, but without it you will not be able to remove the LCD screen assembly. So here are additional screws for which goes for the video cable, and now I was actually able to pop the antenna along with the exhaust for this laptop. So now there is a few more screws to remove, and we should be able to free up the and disconnect the actual LCD screen. Few tips here on how to remove the LCD screen properly. So there is a faceplate with the two screws, which actually hides the three larger screws which holding the LCD hinges. And to be honest with you, that's why I never seen the issue where the hinges will break on the MacBooks. Let me know if someone has, or maybe upload some pictures, because I never seen on my in previous history the more reinforced hinge assembly than here on Mac. And I always leave, as you notice, the last two screws for the last moment. Then I open up the laptop and remove the last two screws. This way I don't need to use any pliers in order to flip the hinges, so in order to disconnect them. So here it is. Here's the LCD assembly, and here is the keyboard along with a Palmrest touchpad and the battery. So again, most of the time, any of those features like keyboard or touchpad fails, or the battery, is always better to replace the complete assembly. And now, and actually, I never seen any spare parts for LCD screen, but since I damaged this laptop in the beginning of the video, I was like, what would be probably a good idea just to try to remove the to rip it apart and to see how the most technology advanced company building their newest screens, and how they look internally. Because I mean, if the video cable fails, or even if the hinges fail, you do not really have an option to replace. The only part that you can actually replace is the rubber fitting here. So as you can see, I'm pulling it right now, and the actual the hinge cover strip that I'm currently holding, and I just set it aside. Only those two things that you actually can remove. Everything else is not removable. So I'm gonna actually force the glass, and I'm gonna break it here. Be very careful, as the top glass made out of very, very thin glass, and when it cracks, the particles, they just fly out. So if you wanna try to break the screen and take it apart, make sure to wear the glasses, because I think I learned it hard way. And now I'm trying to force the glass here, because I mean, it's just glued. They glued really the crap out of it. And here it is. A few more seconds here, and I would be able to completely tear it apart and to see what's going on inside. There is quite a bit of layers. What I've noticed, so the LCD screen, it has, besides the backlight, as you can see on the rear part, the back part of the back cover here, it's all the backlight. Very, very amazing. I mean, there is I don't know, thousands of small LED lights which light up the screen. But the coolest thing is there is about 10 layers of different type of different looking, foil type of looking materials that they're used in order to make the screen. I mean, this is amazing. How technology get to this point, this is ridiculous. No idea, but it's pretty cool to see, and including the screen, very fine. A lot of new technology here. So thank you guys very much for watching. See you next time.